Let me see if I can do this giant fan thing for you. First thing to understand is that Cardini did this on stage. He did a flourish shuffle, which I'm not going to do, but I know from the professor it started out like this, where you push this out and then you bring these together. Now, the professor felt very strongly that if you did this, that was cheating. So you had to get these apart, which obviously I cheated. And then for the shuffle, you get this in probably at least a third, so that you have enough clinging power on these cards as you spread them out. And then he made the fan. Let me see if I can get this on the screen like this. Now the picture that you saw was more or less like this. I'm left-handed, so this is backwards. And then when he sort of undid the fan, he went around like this. When he got to where his thumb was on this last card, he made that kind of rustling sound with the cards. I'm not quite sure how he put them back together, but I do it like that. So that's basically the giant fan. And that's because you're doing a flourish. Again, he thought you should start like this. Oops, I'm not going to get those together quite right, but anyway, you'll get the idea. So you push these apart like this into a fan. Come over like this. This comes off to here. When you get to here, those are pulled out with a noise. Now, Vernon never did this in an act or when he was performing before the public, but he did do it quite often when he was just kind of sitting around kibitzing with people. So the only flourish that I ever saw him do in an act was a pressure fan, or when he was performing for the public. And he did, he had a problem with his arms, and so when he did it, his arm swung around completely. So it didn't look to effete. It was more like again, the kind of yeoman's thing that he did for a selection of a card. So, but it was, in other words, it wasn't just with the wrist. It was like his whole arm came around like that. And he made a beautiful pressure fan. And since I'm left-handed, I typically make them the other way. But anyway, you get the idea there. So I think that's a pretty good way to make the giant fan, and it looks nice, and it also cleans up nice.